Hello friends, I am Thrift Store Dave. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This video is a little different from my typical videos about things that I buy and sell as a reseller. This is a video, a how-to video on how to ship things. This video is dedicated specifically to how to ship hats that you sell, and it's going to be geared towards the reseller who will probably plan to buy a number of hats and resell a number of hats. So I'm going to try to give you some of the tips and tricks that I use to be more efficient and cost effective so I don't waste all my profits on shipping, okay? So the first thing that I want to talk about is just gathering the materials that you're going to need to do this successfully. You're going to want to save plastic grocery bags that don't have holes in them because you're going to need them to wrap your hat, okay? And then after that, you're going to need to box your hat, obviously. But you don't want to pay for a ton of boxes if you can help it. So sourcing is very important. I did say box and I did not say poly mailer, and I'm very, very specific about that. The problem people can run into if they ship in poly mailers or tie-back mailers is that these items can get crushed or damaged in shipment. You need the sturdiness, the rigidity of a box. If the bill gets cracked or damaged, they're going to complain, the buyer, and they're going to return it to you. And then you're out the money and the item because it's damaged. So do not go cheap. Go cheap enough, but still protective of the item that you're shipping, okay? So when you're sourcing boxes, think creatively. Think about where you work. Are you in a place that's clinical like I am? Are you in an office space? Places that get a lot of materials shipped to the office will yield boxes that people don't want. And so in my office space, I'm always getting little boxes, which can be helpful to fit hats. Sometimes the size of the hat is too big. And so for a bigger hat, I'm gonna save Amazon boxes from purchases that I have. If I'm not purchasing stuff in mass, or you're not, and you've got friendly neighbors who do, inquire about it. Everybody nowadays is a little bit more inclined to reuse things and not wanna waste and be as wasteful. So, they taught us when we were kids to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So before even recycling these boxes, let's give them a second life and ship items with a second life to people. And that can also help out our environment a little bit. All right, so specifically for a baseball hat size that you're gonna ship, usually you wanna pick a box of a certain size and be able to fold the hat, but preserving the integrity of the bill, okay? So once doing that, well, we'll not get ahead of ourselves. You want to have the right size box, but let's say you can't source them easily enough, but you do have an eBay store. Every 3 months, eBay will give you a credit towards a purchase, and it could be towards packing tape, it can be towards boxes. And so I will periodically buy in bulk 100 boxes that are the small enough size to still easily and comfortably fit a baseball hat. So the ones that I buy are the 8x6x4 type. And they're lightweight. They're not extra box, which leads to extra weight, and depending on the zone in which you're shipping would lead to extra shipping costs. So these are my go-tos when I run out of the free ones at work. So I always have some on standby. All right, so with the hat I have, I always fold it in because that's how a lot of people store them anyways. And then I take one of my shopping bags that has no holes in it. Why, you ask? Because let's say someone has something delivered and it's a monsoon and it is pouring rain. The box is your first level of protection for the item, but a plastic bag is going to be a second one, and then you won't have a precious or nice hat get wet and then its colors potentially bleed. Okay? Once it's in there and it's not tied carefully, you get it into your box, obviously. And you're going to see there's a little bit of extra space in there. This is where you use your bubble wrap from various purchases, Amazon or work. So these materials are also important. Just a couple will fill this item to the top. Once it's closed, you hear no shifting. So there won't be any chafing of the hat, any potential damage to it. It's tight and it's gonna work very well. And it's very lightweight because air weighs nothing. So this is basically the quick and dirty on how you would do a baseball hat. Now let's say you had a larger hat. I often will sell and ship fedoras, occasional women's decorative hats if I know that a brand is popular enough. So I've got an example right here. This is basically a fedora size kind of hat. So you need a box that's going to be the same size or a fuzz bigger. So I always pick an Amazon box. And so you first will just, before you even pack it, see if it fits. Now, for certain hats that have soft brims, they can be folded and folded a little bit. You don't want to bend and create a crease. So I gently set this in here. I make sure that it can fit, and it does comfortably. That's also going to lead to less shifting. But before I pack it, I am going to take it out and put it in a bag, okay? Again, you have to protect from potential weather damage. Plus, if any of the boxes you have are less than perfectly clean and a buyer sees that, they're going to get frustrated by that. So we get this in here, tie a loose fitting knot, just a simple knot. And now we can put it back in, and it's sheltered from weather, potentially. And what do we have? We got a lot more of the bubble packing, okay? So I'm gonna wrap that around the perimeter of the hat, much like hat boxes will have for retail hats, okay? So you can see I've got that around the perimeter. I also don't have it for the purposes of this video, but would put another layer of thin bubble wrap on top, just for a little top protection, because these aren't gonna be as practical for that. So once that's all in and closed, again, you're not hearing anything shift. This is nice and secure, it's protected from weather and any other type of frictional damage en route to its destination. So you're gonna have a saved money on the box, saved money on packing, and you get free grocery bags all the time. Just make sure they don't have an odor or a hole in them. All right, so this concludes how to wrap and ship a couple different types of hats. I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to tune in the future, I'll be doing other videos on how to ship, pack and ship different items that you might end up finding repeatedly at a thrift store when you're aiming to buy stuff to resell. All right, thank you very much for watching. I'm Thrift Store Dave.